Zoom classes are not for everybody, but they're for me. I like it. Happy Wednesday. Hi, career cuties. Welcome to our series where we're all about the professional level up. So, in the last video, Tamika was meeting with an admissions counselor who had given her information about Nail Tech School. So, Tamika was left pondering, is this for me or not? So, being that you don't know what requirements a nail tech must meet before actually getting licensed, I wanted to give a brief description of what Tamika may have read on the paper that she received from the admissions counselor. So, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and we're going to get right into it. So, Tamika, she was reading the pamphlet in the animated series that I shared last week. If you haven't seen it, please go back and review it. It's called What is a Nail Tech? And it's an animated short I do just before I debrief here on the Career Cutie Level Up series. So, right, Tamika, she may have opened the pamphlet and saw the requirements. So to enter or enroll into any academic program, trade, or skill, there are specific requirements you have to meet. So, for example, Tamika has to be at least 17 years or older to receive training and education for the program she's interested in enrolling in that school. And that's the nail tech program she was inquiring about. I think the reason for this is just to show that, okay, one, maybe she's of age, and two, she probably had completed high school or whatever requirements that were needed in her secondary education. So once Tamika can confirm her age, she would then have to read about what the program entailed, right? So here in New York State, and the program I'm going through, I can give it as an example. I have to complete training and education for a nail tech, which consists of 2 hours. 250 hours. I said 2 hours. Imagine that. 250 hours. And within those hours, I would learn outside of like how to do tips, how to do wraps, outside of the normal nail stuff. I would learn about bacteria, fungus, anatomy and physiology. These subject areas are different than what a nail tech would actually focus on in the day to day. However, it does play like an important part in being a licensed tech and keeping your license. So like right now we're going through the pandemic. Everything was closed down. We had to wash, clean, steam, just disinfect everything. These minor things we do on a daily basis are super important as a nail tech, especially being that we're getting ready to open back up after COVID, or we're slowly opening up, however it's playing out. So a nail tech must know these things, understanding bacteria, how to sanitize, how to disinfect. The different things that you may do on a daily basis have actual different names, and there are different processes to sanitize versus disinfect. So as a nail tech enrolled in a nail tech program, it's important to learn these things while you're there. And I say it's super important because it can make or break you passing your state board, getting your license. And I only know this because I'm learning it in my current program. It's super important. So this is one of the perks of me being enrolled in to nail tech school, because you know how you'll see people just doing nails on a daily basis. Had I not learned the proper way and the whys behind it, I wouldn't really, probably be as sanitized as I am now, or sanitary, excuse me. So knowing like other subject matters are covered outside of applying tips, doing wraps, oils and scrubs, and different types of massages, and just like anatomy and physiology. A nail tech is going to be sitting there Her back might hurt, your neck might hurt. You want to make sure you're helping the patient be as comfortable as possible, the client, excuse me. So these are the things that are covered in that 250 hours. And it's super important because it can help you persist into remaining and becoming an expert nail tech. So of that, you have to be a specific age, over 17, complete 250 training and education hours. And once you're done completing that with the school you choose to enroll in, then after that is a third step. You have to apply for state boards and take the exams. Those is way more like small minor detail steps within that, but these are like the main processes. You apply to state boards, take your written and practical exam, and once you pass, then you're a nail tech. So once you're a nail tech, it's up to you to level up your career. Aside from being able to do nails and tips and manicures and pedicures and whatever niche is your preference, you can decide from there. So for Tamika, who's sitting there reading the pamphlet that the admissions counselor gave her, she has to truly think of why she wants to do this. And this plays back on my first video that I discussed career cutie level up. You have to think of the why, and then the skills you have that complement the why, and think of the what may be holding you back. So on the Career Cutie series, we sit and actually think of these things because too often we sit and say we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and then life happens, and we can get stuck with just the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. The shoulda, I shoulda did this, I coulda did that. You would have did it if you shoulda, coulda, woulda. But you know, it happens. We all have our shoulda, coulda, wouldas. But if we know that the shoulda, coulda, wouldas could be I did, I am, is being done, like it can change. You know, if we just understand that though we run into one hiccup, that's not the end of it. That's not the end of the story. You can keep on trucking. So for Tamika, who's standing there, she has a decision to make. What are some decisions that you had to make in your career that you were not sure about? Whether it was a time commitment, whether it was a reduction in having money on the job that you're currently making. So these are small pros and cons we can think of. Right in the comment section below, what is one thing you had to give up in order to achieve something else? For example, me, I'm taking classes right now through Zoom. Right through Zoom. For me, I was home resting. I had to give up my nap time. And I had to give up some things that I prefer to do rather than sitting on Zoom. But I know that my want to become a nail tech is greater than those things I had to give up. You know, this field is fun, is new, is different. I love to learn how to do nails and be creative and use my creative artistic side. That's what keeps me going, and the idea of not being good at it and knowing that with practice I become better is what is motivating me, regardless of what I had to give up to achieve it. So Career Cutie Level Up is all about thinking about these things. What are some things you want to do that you had to sit and think about but never acted on it? Think about it. It's no one thing. There could probably be a lot of things that you wanted to do and that you may have not had the time to pursue. But, we just came out of a pandemic. We're still in it. We're still in the pandemic. But this time was given to slow. It helped you slow down. And it's like, wow. Life is just like, I can't even describe it. Like, that's what, it's a loss for words for me, So knowing that you actually had time to slow down because we were, in place having nowhere to go, then you can think about the things you shoulda, coulda, woulda. And now that it's like a new breath of fresh air coming in, people actually have an opportunity to pursue these things because why not? Why not? That's all I'm saying. What are some things you want to pursue? So me, I'm sharing with y'all my goals because this is totally new for me. And if I fail, so what? I could keep going and try it again from a different angle, perspective. Like, failure is not an option, you know? It may take some time to understand different things, but the fact that I'm doing it is what counts the most. And that's why I share Career Cutie Level Up to help inspire and encourage anyone of you viewers or subscribers watching this to say, let me try this. Why not? Why not? Like, life is full of things you can do and be and see. Like, why not? That's the idea of the Career Cutie Level Up. So the goal is to have you cuties out there take your shoulda, coulda, woulda and change it into I can, I am, and then it's being done. I can, I am, and it's being done. So why not? So thank you for joining Career Cutie Wednesday. Please look at the next animated video I share as Tamika go through her process of deciding whether or not nail tech school is for her. If it's not, what options you think she'll choose? Think of some options you think Tamika would choose and write in the comments below, because there's always options. I chose to attend nail tech school. Tamika may not. Let's see. Until then, stay cute. You know you're cute. And I see you, cutie. Happy Wednesday.